Welcome to the very rainy 650 kilometer review of the V10F.
The V10F has been holding up exceptionally well, and the 650 kilometers to date has been an absolute pleasure. The handle took a massive hit in one of the crashes when we did the race, and you can go back and watch that if you want. Probably link it as well in this video, where I got to test out the armour we sell on the site, full body armour, and also got to test out how solid this was built. And as it turns out, pretty solid. So I was able to just get straight back on the wheel and carry on riding. No issues there, hit a stone. But it took a tumble, this flicked out and it rolled around a few times, as you'll see in the videos, all caught on GoPro. The tyre has worn well. I've had no punctures whatsoever. I think that thick tyre sidewall helps in a lot of those instances. The batteries remained essentially exactly the same, so it's made no real difference. It's not lost anything, and managed to basically get the same mileage as I got in the original test. But I try nowadays with across all wheels not to run them down too far, so I tend to get to about sort of 20% and then I start charging them, because they start to restrict and put tilt back on, which isn't that much of a pleasure to ride anymore when it does that. So with all wheels, I tend to just stick them on charge whenever I can. So I've always got a full charge ready to go. Now, an addition that we put on was the cover. It wasn't on there originally because we didn't have them in, they weren't available, but then they brought out this new cover. And as soon as that came in, we actually sent one out. And obviously where we'd opened the box, or someone had opened a box, Stanley knife had cut across it. So we got one that's actually got a cut through with a Stanley blade. And we thought, okay, that's been returned, we can't resell it, let's stick it on this. I'm so glad I did. So all the mud, all the scratches get absorbed by this, and actually it pushes the side pads out a little bit more, and it gives you an extra bit of padding on top of that. The only thing is it does shift around everything, you just sort of realign, but that's like a really minor gripe, because you do that and then you've adjusted it. But otherwise it protects the machine, so if you're getting a V10, get one of these at the same time, for goodness sake, and if you've already got one and it's not too damaged already, then get a cover for it, because you save yourself a lot of hassle. And it just keeps the machine in a much better condition than it would be otherwise, especially with a lot of falls and crashes.
Well, we definitely picked the right day to do this review. It just so happens that yesterday I got to 650 kilometers and it's nice and sunny. Now it's absolutely hammering it down, and it's supposed to stay like this for a whole week. The things we do for you viewers to film these electric unicycles, I don't know. Great, isn't it? Tree!
Also, while you're here watching this review, why don't you go and subscribe down below if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification, because we do regular videos on all wheels that we've got out there, and also events that we go to and rides we do and things like that, tricks and all sorts of things. So go and subscribe to the channel, because you'll be constantly updated. There's usually a video a week pretty much, and we've got hundreds of videos to go and watch. So subscribe to the channel, and don't forget our other social channels, which will be on the screen now, and go and follow those, click them and comment, encourage and ask questions. Thank you very much. The foot plates, as I've said many times, these machines are amazingly comfortable. So they're not the quickest machine on the market, But in terms of comfort level, it's the most comfortable wheel I've ever ridden. I think it's absolutely remarkable. So the foot plates helped that, nice big foot plates with a rubber cover over the top, so they're not the typical metal, solid metal sort of finish on it. It's actually got a rubber insert. So I'll remove this, I'll show you, you can actually pull this out. Nice noise. It's got mud all over it because we were out in the rain yesterday. But that's the rubber cover basically. It's got a nice honeycomb underneath. That adds a lot of support for your foot. Nice and soft. Love it. And in the rain yesterday, it was absolutely torrential as you've seen. It didn't slip. No issues there whatsoever. So yeah, with the cover, this valve comes off sometimes, but then we are doing a lot of off-road, so it gets quite a lot of dirt in it and things like that. So the foot plate's been really good. Tyre's been really good. The range, is absolutely fine. Trolley handle, still all working. Nice big click there. Trolley handle still working exactly as it should do. Front lights, I don't put them on anymore, I actually turn them off. You can turn them off within the app. You can turn them on or off, they still work fine, no issues there. Front light, no problem. Brake light, no problem. Speakers still work. All the sounds still work. Everything's just working as it was day one. So again, it's been really easy to get this up to 650 kilometers so quickly because it's just a pleasure to ride. So it's always in the back of my car. I have it along with my M Super X. So I have the M Super X in there and I have this. 2 wheels, obviously because I'm trying to get both of the mileage up on them. So it's been absolutely spot on. The only thing is with the app that you connect to, and it's always a weak point across all manufacturers, is their app seems to be really poor at time of filming. Maybe they'll all up their game. It's a good app, but the stats are wrong. So where you think it says miles is actually talking about kilometers. So for instance, in this, when I was looking for 650 kilometers in the app, it's showing me miles, 650 miles, but it's not, it's in kilometers. But weirdly, in that same dialogue that's up, in the left-hand side, it's talking about distance traveled in this exact journey. So when you boot it up and went off, it says 4 miles, and it is actually 4 miles, because if you change it to kilometers, that goes up to read out in kilometers, but the kilometers 650 stays the same. So it's just a little bug like that. So that's just one thing, nothing to do with the wheel, it's to do with the app. So it's actually performed spot on. And so all we're left to do on this V10F now, until we sell it, it's 1,000 kilometers. Once we reach 1,000 kilometers, this goes up for sale, and the review's over. So I'll report back. So unless something happens between 650 and 1,000, this so far has been absolutely spot on, with no issues whatsoever. Nothing. All works spot on. So that's all I can really report. If there's a fault, I could talk about it, but I can't because there isn't one. So it's been a brilliant wheel. So I hope this review has been helpful. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I've hit the bell notification. Also go to our Instagram, our Twitter, and our Facebook page. And go and follow or like or whatever on those. I'll see you on the next one. 1,000 kilometers. Can't wait for it.